Hello, this is the Hidden Hat with another Roblox video. Today we're gonna play Alone, which is an early access game that currently costs 100 Robux to play, and see what it's about. Well, I've played this for about an hour before actually making this video, but I can't really say that I've explored it too much, so a lot of it is still new to me. Anyway, so at first you spawn in a safe zone with a lot of shops and locations where you can get stuff like clothes, weapons, you can change your appearance, sell some of your stuff that you don't need, which is a really nice idea. And in this area you can also be safe from zombies and players, simply because there's no zombies and you can't use any weapon in the safe area. Now, as long as you're not in the safe area, everything is hostile. You can kill other players or you just can decide not to. But most people, at least that's what I noticed, most people just shoot to kill everything that moves. Anyway, the map is pretty nice. I mean, from the aesthetic point of view, it looks pretty good. But there are places where it seems rather empty, and I think that more environment stuff and buildings should be added. But then again, it's just an alpha game. Anyway, I've noticed that a lot of buildings aren't enterable, or if they are, not so many rooms in these buildings are available, and I really hope that this game will make progress from this point of view in the future, because it's not really nice to have a zombie game with very few enterable buildings. Anyway, this gas station apparently is enterable, and you can find a lot of food items, for instance, but you don't actually need to eat or drink like in Apocalypse Rising, for instance. Those are only used to replenish health after you've been in battle. So there's one less, problem for players. Food and drink, that you don't actually need to drink and eat to survive. Anyway, another complaint would be the weapon, and as soon as I'm gonna meet a zombie, it's going to be confirmed, because those weapons, I mean the starter gun at least, has a very low damage, including when it comes to zombies. I mean, at times you literally have to shoot a whole mag, even if it's all headshots, into a zombie to kill them, which is pretty unwelcoming for new players, at least in my opinion, because all weapons are very expensive in this game. Oh, there's a player. And as you can see, I've killed him quite easily. Oh, there's another 2 players, but they're not doing anything. Why? Okay, that's a zombie. Okay, this player is actually shooting me, and I've died. Anyway, this game is quite empty from some points of view. I mean, there are little zombies, and in some cases there are too many in certain buildings, and then none on the streets where the most should actually be. So I don't see why most zombies are in buildings and not on the streets like logic dictates. Oh, this overpass really reminds me of Fallout 4 actually. I still play that game a lot, and yeah, it really looks like an overpass from Fallout 4. And you've just seen that. It took a whole mag to kill a zombie. Well, having the need to, shoot a lot when it comes to killing a player is understandable. But zombies, I don't really think that you should need a whole mag of the starter gun to kill a zombie. I mean, normally you should need 6 bullets tops in a normal zombie game. This part of the river or lake or whatever this is more detailed, so to say, but as you can see, the other part is quite empty. That's what I was talking about when it comes to the map emptiness. And I've just noticed this game is pretty boring from certain points of view. I mean, just look at the lack of zombies in this area and lack of things to do. And it's not exactly a game like Apocalypse Rising where you can loot when you're not fighting, where you can find, weapons, ammo, things like that. In this situation, the ammo is probably infinite, because I don't see anything that tells me how much ammo I got, and whenever I just finish a mag, it reloads and reloads, and it just does that all over again. So it's pretty boring, at least in this state. I really hope they are going to add more things that will make this game more action-packed, because just look at it. You only kill zombies and players, and let's be a little honest here, that's quite repetitive. And if you don't have looting or, some other threat that makes the game more interesting, more action-packed. You're not going to keep users playing because you know what you want to do is to make the game very playable multiple times, not just 1, 2, 3 times, and then the user never comes to the game again. So anyway, the some ideas that this game implements are actually very good, like the safe zone where you spawn and the shops and everything, but honestly it's lacking action because all you have to do is kill zombies, which are awfully hard to kill by the way, at least if you have a starter gun, which is also quite, as I said, unwelcoming to new players. And the game is pretty boring from this point of view. And I've also noticed that it takes a whole lot to actually equip the gun after you've holstered it. So I just holstered it, I pressed 1, and it kind of takes a lot for it to be available to shoot. So in a fast-paced action, that could be a problem. Anyway, there are a lot of buildings that can't really be entered, or if you can enter them, look, just like this cool, you can only go in a few rooms, not in all. And by the way, I don't think you can open these. You can't open the rooms that are closed. You can only go through doors that are already opened. So I think that making doors openable or closable, that would add a little bonus to the gameplay. And honestly, more buildings should be enterable and more rooms should be made, because this is really boring from this point of view. And look, this game is really good from the aesthetical point of view and it has its good points, but you don't really have anything to do on it. And it's not exactly worth the 100 Robux if I were to give my honest opinion, because it's simply too bland at this point. So I think that either some more, you know, features should be added very soon, or this game shouldn't have been released for early purchase now and should have been kept until it's actually more action-packed. Okay, so apparently this is a manufacturer. Okay, this is a really well-made building, but I don't get why that zombie is flying. Yeah, I probably think this game is full of bugs because it's, again, alpha. And I've also noticed there's a pretty small variety of items you can find. So pretty much it's just bottles of water, canned beef, like 3 types of food, and medikits. I mean, that's all I've found so far, and I've played for a while. So more items that can be taken should be added. Anyway, the buildings, for instance, the inside of this factory or manufacturer, whatever it is pretty nice. As I said, from the aesthetical point of view, this game has a very big thumbs up from me, but it's boring. It has almost no gameplay. And zombies, look at that, they just respawn. They respawn way too fast. I mean, I just kill the zombies. If it's a bigger area with more zombies, I'd probably not have time to even kill them all before they start respawning again. So the respawn rates should really be dealt with. Now, of course, maybe this is actually in the plan for later, I don't know. But judging by the size of the map, this game could really use vehicles, because I don't really feel like walking all the way to the city right there. But anyway, as I've said, this game is pretty empty. I mean, you can just see it's a field with a few trees and that's it. I mean, a few things should really be added, like a forest, a dense forest, or actual buildings. I have no idea, but it should be filled with something, not just an empty field. If you have a much better weapon, you can basically kill everybody from a distance on this field, and that's pretty unbalanced. So that should be really solved soon. Anyway, I'm not going to make this review too long because, to be frank, there's not too much to review. The map is huge, and I obviously don't have enough time to walk across this whole map in only one video, and nobody would watch a video that long. But I've pretty summed up all the gameplay in this video, and that's not exactly a good thing, because it really lacks, you know, the element that makes you have fun. So that's it for this game. I really hope it will become better soon, because, well, I've spent 100 Robux on it after all, and it really has potential. I mean, the city looks nice. The idea of this spawn place and the stores and everything, it's a really good idea, but the gameplay is bad, and it should be changed. And the character customizing, it should be made better. And honestly, please, if the creator is somehow watching this, please give us other faces, because this one really makes us look like 7-year-olds, and I don't think everybody wants that. Anyway, I'm not gonna make this longer. This is probably gonna be the last video for a while, because as I've said in my previous one, I'm gonna be away from the country for like 2 weeks. So yep, I'm gonna have a break. If you see any video, I don't know, in between, then a wonder happened and I somehow got access to fast internet and the means to record something, but sadly that's probably not gonna happen. So normally we should see each other in like 2 weeks, give or take. I hope you really enjoyed this, and I don't want to forget to give it an actual rating. So for the aesthetics part and the idea of the safe zone, I'm gonna give this game a 7, but the gameplay part really needs a lot of improving. I might actually do a new review on this one if the game actually gets major updates, so this rating could change if more gameplay options are added to the game. Anyway, that's it for this video. Until next time, Hidden Hat out.